Hey, I never thought that I would get so much use out of this $7 prop here from Home Depot, but it's time to put the hard hat on again, because a mere month ago, NASA discovered another asteroid that was going to come super close to Earth. And this one is called 2023 DZ2. Hey, that's a cool code name. Anyway, it's going to pass inside the moon's orbit tonight. And NASA will broadcast live at about 7:30 on, so that you can get some really cool shots. Otherwise, you need a telescope or some really cool high-powered binoculars. Hey, those things are pretty useful. Lots of cool stuff have been discovered with those. But NASA's Office of Planetary Defense actually says that this is a good time for us to practice in case there's a real threat. Practice? ESPN fans will know what I'm talking about. Hey, anyway. The same office says that these things only come around once every 10 years or so. So this one actually comes around every 3 years, but it's definitely not going to hit us then. So we got a lot of time to practice. Stay safe. Keep your hard hat on. Hey, we don't need the hard hat for this one, but there's more strange stuff happening in the system. The International Space Station used a big heavy antenna to send data to a satellite, and then that satellite would send that data back down to Earth. Okay, but they didn't need it back in 2017, so they don't need it anymore. And they were redecorating the space station, new paint job, some new drapes, some things like that. Got some different furniture. Made that thing really in the way. So they opened the window, shoved it out the window. And it has been outside, spinning the Earth for the last 3 years. And now it has recently degraded orbit, burned up, and whatever was left splashed into the Pacific. Where's Greenpeace when you need them? I mean, we really throwing crap out the window of the space station and then letting it hit in the Pacific Ocean? I have to recycle my Amazon packages, the cardboard that comes in those that's in those things. Hey, we've had 3 years to go up, get this thing, and bring it back down. Anyway, probably the best part is that it actually flew over California, and as it was entering the atmosphere, it burned up and created a dazzling, spectacular light show for people in California. Well, free fireworks shows are me. I love those things. So anyway, I do think that we have to advertise that this kind of stuff is going to happen so I can get out there and see a free fireworks show. Anyway, who knew? Hey, gentleman's dad was in the Air Force for 40 years. It's great to see people that want to know what's going on here. Hey, so recently we've been made keenly aware of weird stuff going on in the system. Stuff that says that, hey, it's not as resilient as we'd like things to be. Like meltdowns from Southwest and NOTAMs and near collisions that we've seen. But hey, now there's something else that I ran into that is even weirder. A Southwest flight out of Columbus, Ohio, took off, and just after takeoff had an incapacitated pilot. And fortunately, there was a nurse on board to help that person, and an off-duty pilot was on the aircraft who went and then took over that seat in the front. And don't ask me how the impenetrable door gets opened in these kinds of situations, but anyway, everybody's okay. Went on to its destination, is fine. But come to find out, there have been five incapacitated pilots in the month of March alone. All different airlines, all from different airports and going to different destinations. Super weird. I never even imagined there would be that many. And what's crazy enough is just at the end of last week, 7 legislators reintroduced a bill that would raise the mandatory retirement age from 65 to 67 for airline pilots. And I don't know, it seems a little quick. The Airline Pilots Association thinks it just adds unnecessary risk to the system right now. And I tend to agree. Let's go slow on this one. Something really good came out of the Safety Summit. Currently, flight data recorders, one of the black boxes that records all the data that comes out of the airplane, it holds onto that stuff for 25 hours. But recently, we have not had been able to access voice recorder stuff because that only is for 2 hours. Now this flies in the face of an NTSB recommendation several years old that says that they should match 25 hours each. Europe does it that way, we just don't. And a couple recent incidents, we haven't had access to any of the cockpit voice recordings because they've all been overwritten by the time these aircraft got to their destination. Now they were supposed to stop their flights so that we could get that, but that didn't work out. So after the safety summit, the FAA is now pushing for 25-hour voice recorder keeping in the what'll be what's a VCR, so another type of black box, and then that will keep that data. Anyway, good news coming out of the safety summit. Action, that's a real tangible evidence about getting people together is a good thing. Hey, I just recently found out that TSA will let you go through security with ice in your personal, water cup, jug, whatever you got. And that probably wouldn't work for me because I'd get in the line, it'd be super hot, the air conditioning wouldn't be on full blast, and there'd be a long line and it'd all melt, and I'd get in kind of hassle with TSA. But come to find out, somebody was going through TSA with peanut butter. And you can't bring peanut butter more than the liquid 3.4 ounces through the security gate. So this person had a jar of Jif and they had to surrender it. Now they did ask TSA, who did tell them that you cannot bring a liquid, gel, or aerosol through security, and he asked, what do you think this one fits in? And he's probably still being detained by TSA. But peanut butter is a liquid. The definition from TSA is that if it conforms to the container that it's in, it is considered a liquid. So there you have it. Who knew? And whether it's crunchy peanut butter or not, you're limited to 3.4 ounces. That is your travel safety tip for the day. Hey, hit like and subscribe, smash that like button as a matter of fact, and we'll see you next time. We've been made keenly aware. How you doing? Great. Sure, fire away. Hey, I do a YouTube blog on stuff that happens in aviation, airplanes, and that kind of stuff. And I always try to pick a gorgeous background. I get more comments on the background than the news I report, but they do. Nah, I don't want to say that. Shit. Airline. Nah, shit.